While the scientists in the secret Soviet cities were racing to build their bomb, they had a silent partner, a man who was walking the halls of Los Alamos, the most secure facility in the United States, and taking notes. His name was Klaus Fuchs. To his American colleagues, he was a brilliant, dedicated physicist. To the Soviet Union, he was the most valuable spy in human history. He didn't just steal secrets, he handed Stalin the keys to the nuclear age. Klaus Fuchs was a German communist who had fled the Nazis and ended up working on the British and then the American atomic bomb projects. He wasn't in it for the money. He believed that the secret of the atom shouldn't belong to just one country. He thought that if the Soviet Union had the bomb, it would prevent another world war. It was a dangerous, idealistic delusion that changed the world forever. Every time the Americans made a breakthrough, Fuchs was there. He knew the exact dimensions of the plutonium core. He understood the complex implosion mechanism. He even knew the results of the very first nuclear test in New Mexico. And he passed all of it to his Soviet handlers in a series of clandestine meetings in parks and on street corners. The information Fuchs provided was so accurate and so detailed that it saved the Soviet Union years of research and billions of rubles. When the Soviet physicists at Artemis 16 ran into a problem, they would often find the answer already waiting for them in the intelligence reports. It was like having the teacher's edition of a textbook during a final exam. But the most incredible part of the story is how long he got away with it. For years, Fuchs operated right under the noses of the FBI and the British security services. He was considered a model scientist, a quiet, unassuming man who lived a simple life. He was so trusted that he was even given a high-level position at the British Nuclear Research Center after the war. The cracks only started to appear when the Americans began breaking the Soviet diplomatic codes in a project called Venona. They found references to a spy with the code name REST. Slowly, the net began to close. In 1950, Fuchs was finally confronted. He didn't run. He didn't deny it. He confessed everything, believing that he had done the right thing for humanity. The impact of Fuchs's betrayal was devastating. It accelerated the Soviet bomb project by at least 2 years. It triggered a wave of paranoia in the West, leading to the trial and execution of the Rosenbergs and the rise of McCarthyism. And it officially started the nuclear arms race, a race that would lead to the creation of dozens of secret cities across the Soviet Union. Fuchs served 9 years in a British prison before being released and moving to East Germany, one where he was hailed as a hero. He lived out his days in comfort, a man who had played a central role in the most dangerous game ever played. But who were the people who actually built the cities where Fuchs's secrets were turned into weapons? They weren't the elite scientists or the high-ranking generals. They were the forgotten men of the Soviet Empire, working in conditions that would break anyone else. In our next video, we're looking at the secret army of the Gulag, the men who dug the tunnels and built the fortresses of the atomic age.